Atma talk by saying Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Since here we give meditation talks, most of our talks are on the subject of suffering and all the time talking about suffering. So today let us for a change study about happiness. Everyone wants to be happy, free from suffering. So what must one do and how should one live to be happy? This everyone should know. Out of compassion for beings, our Lord Buddha has taught us the way to happiness. As I often said in these talks, as Buddhists, we must have two perspectives in life, because we believe in karma and rebirth. In modern psychology terms, they call it afterlife. So happiness we must consider from two aspects. One is happiness for this very life, and another is happiness for the coming existences and the samsaric chain of rebirth. Happiness is of two kinds, as I just now said. Happiness in this very life, one. And two is happiness in future existences. Happiness in this life, first let us consider. Buddha said, for the happiness in this very life, one must fulfill 4 sambatas. Parivar sambata means achievements or fulfillment. We have to strive for 4 fulfillments to be happy in this life. 1. Uttana sambata. 2. Araka sambata. 3. Klyana Medata. And 4. Samajivita. These are Pali words we explain in simple English. Out of the 4, the first one, Uttana sambata. Pali word Uttana means alertness or diligence or being profession or active. Because to be happy in this life, we need money. This is a material world. Without money, we cannot have even basic necessities. So to be happy in this life, Buddha said you must be diligent in making business or straightforward, making money. So that is the diligence. The first fulfillment is you got to be diligent to learn to be proficient in arts and craft or any professional work so that you can earn a living. Then whatever livelihood you are, you got to be diligent and efficient. Be it agriculture, commerce, or educational work, or any science or art or craft. You got to be diligent and skillful in your work. If you work like this, you will earn what you deserve. And that is how you fulfill one achievement of Uttana Sambata. The number 2 is Araka Sambata. Pariva Araka Sambata means wariness or watchfulness. Because the possessions, riches and property you have accumulated with hard-earned diligence and skillfulness, they are liable to destruction in this world. Buddha said there are 5 enemies that can cause destruction of your rich and wealth. One is water. We have experienced tsunami a few years back. There's the destruction of property, not only even property, even livestock, many lives are lost. This is destruction by water. Then do destruction by fire. Fire conflagration can burn down all the properties and even the life. Now, I think in USA, California state, forest fire spreading towards the towns and villages, and many lives and properties are lost. Currently in the newspaper, there is destruction by fire, example. Then number 3 is unscrupulous monarchs or governments. During old days, the dictators of kings or monarchs, and present day like the dictators, they can go because they can nationalize or conscript your properties by their own law. So your properties can be destroyed by unscrupulous kings or monarchs or governments. This is the 3rd enemy. The 4th is robbers or dacoits. These two now in Malaysia rampant. If you read newspaper, almost every day, snatch thieves, house break-ins, murders, thefts, all kinds of criminal activities going on. Breaking in stores, jewelry shops, even they are raiding international airport, Penang airport. So robbers and dacoits can destroy your life as a 4th enemy. Then the 5th enemy is our own unscrupulous heirs or children. Nowadays, with material progress, this juvenile delinquent problem, drug addict problem, causing parents great misery. So these are the example Buddha said, these are 5 enemies that can cause destruction of your properties and wealth or riches. So you got to be watchful, wary, and make necessary protection to save your own hard-earned money. To be happy means, if it is destroyed unscrupulous way like this, you cannot be happy. The number 3 fulfillment or samadha is Klyana Metata. Paliwa Klyana Metata means associating with good friends. Friends who can help you in working for your well-being, or parents, teachers, elders, relatives, or anybody who can give you material or encouragement or counseling, advice for your well-being. So one should associate with these wise and noble persons. To have such good or noble friends, it is important that your dealings with people should be motivated by metta or loving kindness, that is goodwill or love. According to Buddha, a good friend has to be one who has the virtue of saddha or faith, sila or morality, jaga or generosity, and panya or wisdom. Why? If a friend lacks in faith, you are faith in faith also. If the friend is not generous and not wise in metta or the dharma, you too will be lacking in generosity and higher wisdom. Then the 4th samadha is samajivita. Paliwa samajivita means right livelihood or balance of economy and life. That is living within your means. One should spend less than one's income and not more. If possible, Buddha said, one should lay aside a quarter of one's income for emergency needs. reinvest half of your income and spend the rest quarter only. If you look around, there are many instances of people who live within their means and become rich. There are likewise many instances of people who become rich knowingly or unknowingly by following the other samadhas or fulfillment just now mentioned. Therefore, to be well off in this very life and be happy, one has to try to live by these samadhas or fulfillments. But it is more important to be happy in one's future life throughout samsara, the round of rebirth, than to be happy just now only. So to be happy throughout the round of rebirth, Buddha has taught us 4 other samadhas or fulfillments we have to achieve. Other 4 samadhas to be fulfilled for future happiness are 1. Saddha samadha, 2. Sila samadha, 3. Jaga samadha, and 4. Panya samadha. Out of the 4, the first one, Saddha samadha. As you all know, Saddha means faith. But as we often stress, our Buddhist faith is not a blind faith, the confidence born out of understanding. Then, in what one should have faith or confidence? One should have faith in the true Buddha, the true Dhamma, and the true Sangha, and Kama Sajjata Samadhi, that is Kama and its result or effects. The true Buddha has 9 cardinal virtues. Buddha has infinite virtues, but it is concisely formulated into 9 cardinal virtues. Of the 9 virtues, one is Arahant. It means one who is cleansed of all kilesas or mental defilements like greed or lobha, hatred or dosa, moth and delusion or moha. Sammasambuddha means one who knows the 4 noble truths by his own knowledge or by his own effort. Buddha means one who has the virtue of knowing all the dhammas by omniscience and teaching the 4 noble truths so that beings too may know them. Once endowed with these 3 virtues, the other 6 virtues follow. So putting forth in the Buddha with these virtues is the true faith. To have such faith is Saddha Samadha. And the true Dhamma is the 9 Lokottara or supramundane Dhammas, consisting of the 4 Aryan paths, the 4 Aryan fruitions, and Nibbana, and the teaching which makes known these 9 to us. These then are the true Dhamma. The true Sangha is the order of disciples of our Lord Buddha, who are pursuing the practice of Sila or morality, Samadhi or concentration, and Panya or higher wisdom, so that they may be free from all mental defilements or kilesas like lobha or greed, dosa or hatred, moha or delusion. Faith in the true Dhamma and true Sangha is true faith. To have such faith too is Saddha Samadha. So by meditating on arising material forms and mental qualities, beginning with rising, falling of the abdomen, making efforts, we all develop the inside knowledge that realize the impermanence, unsatisfactoriness and non-self nature of rupas and namas, and may very soon reach the Aryan path and fruition and Nibbana. We'll continue the Samvadas in the next talk. So now to give them time for questions and answers. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask. Yeah, this is the introduction statement Buddha said at the introduction of this Mahasatipatthana Sutta. Ikaya no yam bhikkhve Mego Satana Visuddhiya. The meaning is Eka means one, Jana means method or technique or whatever you may call it, strategy or method or practice or the way. So Ekayana means that's the only way forward for achieving 7 benefits. Ikano yang bhikkhve mego satana visuddhiya. The first object of meditation is this mindfulness meditation or satipatthana. We come to that. Satana visuddhiya. Sata means beings. Visuddhi means purification. Purification of the beings from defilements. The first object of this satipatthana or mindfulness meditation is to purify the beings from defilements. Sadhana Visuddhiya, Soka Paridevana, to overcome sorrow and lamentation. So 3. Soka Paridevana, Samatekamaya, Dukkha Domanasana Atankamaya. Dukkha, physical pain, Domanasa, mental pain. To surmount physical pain, to surmount mental pain, to the 4th and 5th aim. Then number 6, Nyayasa Adhikamaya. Please be patient, we are quoting these Pali words. As you all know, Pali is Buddha's language. When Buddha gives the Dhamma discourses, he gives in Pali to impress you all, to affirmatively believe that it is not our own invention. We are talking about Buddha's Dhamma. We are sharing our knowledge of Buddha's Dhamma. That's why our tradition, our teacher tradition is, they usually quote Pali verses, phrase or words first, then they give the explanation, meaning. So please take serious note of Pali also. Pali is Buddha's, these are Buddha's very own words, not our words. Nyayasa Adhikamaya, to attain path and fruition knowledge or mega phalanyana. And Nibbana Sachikriyaya, to realize Nibbana. 7. If a person aspire to gain these 7 benefits, Buddha said one must practice 4 foundations of mindfulness. Satipatthana, Tatami, Cattaro, what are the 4? Ida Bhikkhve Bhikkhu Kaya Kayanupassi Viharati. Meaning, Kaya Vipassana, Kayanupasana means contemplation of the body like what you all are doing. Rising, falling or sitting, touching and walking, noting the steps. This is we call Kayanupasana or contemplation of the bodily phenomena. Kayanupassi Viharati. Then Vedananupassi Viharati, feeling and sensation, Vedananupasana, second foundation. Chaitanupassi Viharati, contemplation of the mind and the mental states. The 3rd foundation. Then Dhammanupassi Viharati, the 4th foundation is Dhammanupasana. These are the 4 foundations of mindfulness. He always asks a question and gives the answer. Katami, Cattaro, what are the 4? Kayanupassi Viharati. And how to meditate is four foundations. Adapi, Sambhajan or Satimai give three conditions for the meditator to fulfill. Adapi, ardently. Paliwa Adapi means in English ardent effort. One must make ardent effort for what? Satima, to be mindful. For what? Sambhajano, to clearly comprehend the object you are watching. That's how you meditate if you aspire to achieve those 7 benefits. So that is Buddha's own word. So it begins with Ikayano Yambekui. This is the only way. No other way, there's no byroad. If you work accordingly, you get to Nibbana. So we cannot be one-sided because there are criticisms can arise. During Buddha's time, Buddha taught also about other methods of meditation. Why? How? To gain Nibbana, you can practice in 3 ways. One is we call Samatha Yanika. First, practicing Samatha Bhavana or Samatha meditation. That is Nibbana through Samatha meditation. One. The second method is Vipassana Yanika, Tarai, Vipassana meditation. And 3 is twin meditation or dual meditation. So 3 ways you can practice to Nibbana. By Samatha Bhavana or tranquility, Samatha Bhavana is translated as tranquility or calm or serenity or concentration meditation. Because this practice emphasizes to develop concentration. So after gaining concentration, if one can come out at a self-concentration stage, then one can change to Vipassana Tarai. But if one has reached Apana Samadhi or full absorption, then one must one must come out of that concentration and change to Vipassana Bhavana. So that is the first method. And the second method is, in Pali we call Vipassana Yanika, meaning Tarai practice of Vipassana Bhavana or this mindfulness inside meditation, what our tradition, Mahasi tradition teach, and you all are practicing now, is Tarai too. We don't go establishing concentration by Samatha method. We directly do mindfulness meditation, and this is the second method. Then the third method is Yoga Nanda or Yoga Nada Bhavana, meaning twin meditation or dual meditation, making use of both Samatha and Vipassana at the same time to gain these insight and Nibbana. So these are 3 methods. So if you understand this basic nature, it is easy to understand what Buddha said, Ekayana. Whatever method you choose, finally you must do mindfulness or insight meditation or in Pali Vipassana Bhavana. Without practicing Vipassana Bhavana, you cannot realize full noble truth or Nibbana, or you cannot develop any path and fruition knowledge. That's why Buddha said Ekayana. So you start with Vipassana Samatha Bhavana. When you have established a certain concentration, then you must change to mindfulness meditation. Or the second method, our method is we don't go other way, we go right to Vipassana or mindfulness meditation. and some can use both at the same time. If one is used to practicing this samatha bhavana, if then later one change the mind to gain nibbana. For gaining nibbana, that is what Buddha emphasized. Ekayana means the only way is to practice this vipassana bhavana or mindfulness inside meditation. Without this, you can not get path and fruition knowledge or nibbana. If we study the life story of Buddha more clear, before arising of Buddha, nobody can teach this Four Noble Truth and vipassana bhavana or inside meditation. So Buddha, before he gained enlightenment as the Bodhisattva, he has to approach those days teachers. The first teacher he approaches, Alara Kalama, the name of the teacher. And he taught, and Buddha came up to 7 jhana, 4 rupa jhana, 3 arupa jhana. And he knows that it is not a deathless dharma. There is no path and fruition, no nibbana. He's just ordinary person, he don't get any enlightenment. Even though that teacher offered him to take up the students and stay there because he's so quick in gaining these jhanas. The teacher himself admired the Bodhisattva, but he left. He knows that it is not the Dharma that he is seeking, meaning it is not Nibbana or path of fruition. Just a psychic power is a magical power of the mind. He left. Then he went to another very famous teacher at that time, Udaka Rama Buddha. Rama Buddha means the original teacher is Rama. At those days before Buddha became enlightened, in India there are 7 very wise sages, they call sages, very wise teachers with many students. They are teaching these spiritual teaching of religion. They claiming themselves as Buddha. And the second teacher came up to 8 jhana, 4 arupa, 4 rupa and 4 arupa jhana. Up to the 8th jhana. And Buddha came in a short time. Buddha said, is it all you all are teaching here? And the teacher frankly, honestly, yes, that's all what we know. And that's what we taught. And Buddha decided that this is not the deathless Dharma or Nibbana or path of fruition. He left and he has to go and practice himself. At that time his perfection of paramitas mature and later he gained this enlightenment by practicing this vipassana bhavana or insight meditation. That shows that however you can gain all the paranormal or extra-normal sensory perceptions or whatever you call it as apanya or psychic powers. These are just mundane achievements, worldly achievements, not a supra-mundane knowledge. So that is why when Buddha become an enlightened Buddha and when he teach, he introduced this Satipatthana Sutta by this statement, Ika no Yampekui, Mego Satana Visotiya. This is the only way, no other way. Whatever way you started, finally if you aspire for those 7 benefits or concisely just Nibbana, you must practice this mindfulness meditation or insight meditation. No other way to gain Nibbana. Another most convincing proof is if you all have read Buddha's last days before he went into Nibbana, meaning final passing away or death, on his deathbed when he was about to die. One is sitting by the name of Subhadda. He was confused and wavering because at that time there are 6 very wise persons claiming themselves as Buddhas. So he came to ask Buddha's permission. Buddha, these great teachers, they claim that their Dhamma is only correct, and they do have, if people practice according to their teaching, you can gain enlightenment within 4 stages of Sotapanna, Sagaragami, Anagami, or Holiness Arhat. Is it true that these teachers are Arhant or Buddha themselves, and in their teaching, by practicing their teaching, that one can gain Nibbana or not? Buddha said, Subhadra, let it be. What other people said, don't bother. Just remember, in any teaching, in any teacher or any wise man's teaching, if there is Noble Eightfold Path, meaning these 4 foundations of mindfulness, if there is Noble Eightfold Path in this teaching, there can be the noble persons of Sotapanna, Sagaragami, Anagami, Arhat, realizing Nibbana. And any teaching where there is no Noble Eightfold Path or 4 foundations of mindfulness, there can be no enlightenment. He explicitly said. So there is the answer Buddha gave to this ascetic Subhadra. And any teaching where there is Noble Eightfold Path, that's how he started teaching Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. Everybody is familiar. It is the turning of wheel, meaning like you start an engine, begin with starting the engine like that. So his Dhamma discourses, the first discourse he delivered was this Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, where he elaborately explained about 4 noble truths. And the 4th noble truth is noble truth of the path leading to Nibbana. That is Noble Eightfold Path. Everybody is familiar. Samma Ditti, Samma Sankappa, Panya Group, Samma Vaca, Samma Kammanta, Samma Ajiva, Sila Group. Then Samma Vayama, Samma Sati, Samma Samadhi Group. So our Buddhist practice is Sila Samadhi Panya. This is the only way to Nibbana. That's why I said so. 4 foundations of mindfulness is the way to practice or to develop these Noble Eightfold Path. So that is why Buddha said, Ekayana, this is the only way, there is no other way to gain those benefits. Now let us verify whether the practice you all are involved, it is in accordance with this Noble Eightfold Path or not. The first Sila group, Samma Vaca, right speech, Samma Kammanta, right action, Samma Ajiva, right livelihood. Every morning we take pains to administer you to observe 8 precepts. And any Buddhist who proclaim as Buddhist must observe 5 precepts. So by observing either 5 precepts or 8 precepts, you have achieved the Sila Megangana. Out of the Noble Eightfold Path, the first 3 Sila group. By saying Mudsa, Vada, Veramani, Sikkhapada, Samadhiyami, you are observing Samma Vaca. By saying Panadipada or Kamitsu, Mechachara, Adina Dana, these are Samma Kammanta, right action. And Samma Ajiva, right livelihood. Now you all are not doing any livelihood. And actually, even if you go back to a person who proclaims oneself and bent on spiritual purity will never do and wholesome livelihood. So that fulfills the Sila Megangatari, Samavaja, right speech, Samakamanta, right action, and Samaajiva, right livelihood. And the next group is Samadhi group, Samavayama, Samasati, Samasamadhi. Samavayama means right effort, that I have explained many times. Right effort means the effort you are making to be mindful of objects. That's the right effort. Samavayama, Samasati. By this effort, when you are mindful of the object, it becomes Samasamadhi. And when serially you can keep your mind with Kanika Samadhi, that is Sama Samadhi. And these three are Samadhi group of these Noble Eightfold Paths. Then the third group is Wisdom group or Panya group. Panya is wisdom. Samadhi and Samasankappa. Samasankappa means right thought or right inclination or right intention. The fact that you all come here to practice, it's the right intention. If you want to practice these Vipassana Bhavana or insight meditation to be relief of suffering and to gain perpetual bliss or Nirvana or those 7 aims and objects you aspire for. That is the right thought or right Sammasankappa, the thought that to be delivered from all samsaric suffering and gain perpetual bliss or Nirvana. That is the right thought. Then Samadhi, right view or right understanding. Samadhi. If you will make effort to be mindful, like practicing here mindfulness meditation, then as your mindfulness and all those other faculties of Sada, Viriya, Sati, Samadhi, Panya become well balanced, then various insight knowledges develop. Like while noting rising, falling. Rising, falling is Vayota to one element. It is Rupa, material phenomena. The mind that is noting as rising, falling is Nama or mental phenomena. Just mind and matter only. There's no I or no individual. But that is the right view. Then we all are noting the intentions in every movement, like intending to get up and getting up, intending to walk and walk, and intending to turn and turning. The intention is the cause, and turning of the body is the result, cause and effect. That is the second insight. Bhakya Prikahanyana. There's no I or no person involved, just cause and effect, mind and matter. And understanding the true nature of these things, what we call Paramatha Dhamma, the ultimate reality, is Samadhi Maganga. That is what we are trying to achieve, to dissolve the Sakaya Deity or Pasandi belief. So these are the examples of Samadhi or right view or right understanding. When Buddha described in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta and giving discourse on this wheel of Dhamma, the first noble truth of suffering, dukkha satya. Buddha elaborated first gross sufferings like jati vi dukkha, jara vi dukkha, jari vi dukkha, marana vi dukkha, apiyehi sampiyogo dukkha, piyehi vaipiyogo dukkha, yampaicha nala pati samtami dukkha. Meaning, birth is suffering, to grow old aging is suffering, to get sick is suffering, to die is suffering, and life to be associated with persons or things that are not pleasant to us is suffering. to be separated from those objects or persons we love or dear to us is suffering. We don't get what we want, or we want what we cannot get. This too is suffering. So these are gross suffering first Buddha laid out. He concluded, Sankaitena Panchupada Nakana Dukkha. He said briefly or concisely, these 5 aggregates of clinging is suffering. Meaning we ourselves are suffering. So-called a person or a being, we are composed of psychophysical complex, compounded phenomena of mind and matter. And if you elaborate this nama and rupa, 5 aggregates, this physical body is rupa, feeling and sensations are vedana, and perception is sanya, and volition is sankhara, and consciousness is vijnana. And when we attach this as I or mine. If somebody asks you, who are you? I'm here. You point to the body and you grasp also that this is my body, I am this person. So that is what is called 5 aggregates of clinging. Actually that is just 5 aggregates or briefly just mind and matter, nama and rupa. If you want to elaborate 4 mental fighters and 1 rupa, 5 aggregates. So when you are noting mindfully, this conduces that you are knowing that the first noble truth of suffering. Buddha said, Sankaitena Panchupada Nakana Dukkha. Briefly speaking, these 5 aggregates are suffering. Because we experience suffering by these aggregates. With the body we suffer, with the mind we suffer. Feeling and sensation arise. These are experienced by these 5 aggregates or nama and rupa. So, briefly speaking, Buddha says Sankaitena, but that's why we had to meditate, taking up these 5 aggregates as object and watch. Whenever you watch, what you see is just arising and passing away. And that's anicca. Anicca is, being anicca, it is dukkha. Dukkha is suffering. Like after rising, the rising cannot continue forever. Just a short rise and stop. Then it has to fall. Falling too cannot continue forever. Just a few fall and stop. And when walking you are noting. After left, you cannot be left all the time. After left, you have to move the right. After right, you have to move the left. When you are noting the second walk, after lifting, you have to put down. You cannot be lifting forever. These are change. Change means anicca or impermanent. That is why Buddha says, briefly speaking, these 5 aggregates are suffering because they are not permanent, impermanent all the time, changing, arising and passing away, arising and passing. That is the first noble truth of suffering, dukkha satya. That is why Buddha said, without practicing 4 foundations of mindfulness, nobody can gain any enlightenment or insight. Imano